And as you may remember, 4 employees working on the reconstruction of the I-40 and San Mateo interchange were swept away yesterday when the arroyo below them suddenly flooded. Well, today, major changes in the construction company's procedures on when work can be done in the arroyo. News 13's Crystal Gutierrez is live at the construction scene with more on that. Crystal?
Well, Mike, only about an inch of water sits in the arroyo today. Still, you won't see any workers inside anytime soon. After the investigation is complete, it will change when workers are even allowed inside the drainage canal. The investigation comes a day after this close call. 2 A.S. Horner construction workers were swept away in rushing waters yesterday. The pair was working inside a tunnel in the arroyo when it suddenly flooded. They were rescued further down the arroyo. But as this was happening, 2 different workers got stuck on an overhang when the scaffolding they were on buckled from the rushing waters. The arroyo flooding happened yesterday after a heavy rainstorm hit the northeast heights on the other side of town, a storm that lasted about 15 to 20 minutes. A.S. Horner Safety Director Jay Meyer says by the time they spotted the clouds, it was just too late. But even if someone had seen the clouds, the call to stop working may have not been made.
Who's in charge to call people out of the arroyo when something like this happens?
Well, anybody has the authority to stop the operation if they think it's unsafe, but ultimately the superintendent on the job is in charge of making calls related to safety.
And he did not at that time, obviously.
At that time, he was not on site.
As for the 4 workers that were swept up yesterday, they are now back at work today, a little shaken up. Still, they are working on the construction site. Now, Meyer says this is an isolated incident, and they're doing everything they can to make sure it does not happen again. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, Crystal, thank you. Now, according to Myers, the accident does not qualify for a federal investigation by OSHA. However, A.S. Horner will turn his findings over to OSHA and the State Highway Department.